This will be a short introduction into the use of the Quickload ballistics prediction software program. Quickload is a software program that allows the user to reasonably and with a degree of accuracy predict pressure and muzzle velocities of standard firearms using standard propellants and cartridges. It is possible for the user to construct cartridge dimensions for a cartridge of their own design. The program will accept this, and you can make predictions based on your creation. The program has a database of 1,200 cartridges, 2,500 bullets, and more than 250 propellants. It actually does the calculation based on the thermodynamic characteristics of each of these propellants. For this quick introduction, let's just go ahead and select a standard cartridge. We'll select the 30-06 Springfield, and we'll go through a short exercise showing you how the program works and what you can do with the results that the program predicts. You'll go ahead and select the SAMI version of the 30-06 Springfield. Now we'll plug in our barrel length. We'll say that we have a barrel length of 22 inches. And now it's time for us to select a bullet. We'll go ahead and from the Hornady file, we'll select 168 grain AMAX bullet, a good accurate bullet. Now our next exercise is to click on the Apply and Calculate button after we have inserted the desired barrel length, the cartridge, and the bullet. When we click on the Apply and Calculate button, we activate the Quick Load charge window. The charge window is the window in which we select a propellant for the 30-06 cartridge. We're dealing with an unknown at this point, so let's just go ahead and we'll pick a powder that we deem to be usable for the job to be done here and to do the job safely. We'll try Reloader 17. Since we really don't know if it's appropriate or not, what we can do for starters is to tell the program to fill all available space in the case with the 168 Hornady AMAX seated to the SAMI overall length of 3.340 inches. When we seat that bullet, it will displace water from our case capacity to overflow, giving us a usable case capacity, in this case, of 60.66 grains. So if we tell the program 100% fill, we are telling the program, go ahead, fill the case below and around the bullet in that situation with Reloader 17. So if I put in 100, program is telling us it takes 58.66 grains of Reloader 17 to fill the case, our 30-06 case. And Apply and Calculate, and we can see that it is an unsafe selection of powder to fill the case completely. Our pressure is well over the SAMI max. Our pressure is 67,257 psi, and SAMI suggested max is 60,000 psi. So what we can do is go to the propellant window again, and we'll select the next slower burning powder, which is Reloader 19. Now, Reloader 19, let's go ahead and put in 100% case fill. Takes 55.93 grains to fill the case completely with Reloader 19. In this situation, 55.93 grains will result in a pressure of 44,407 psi and a velocity of 2596 feet per second. And we burn 91.28% of our Reloader 19 in our 22-inch barrel. A very low pressure load. It will allow us to compress the load, however. There's plenty of breathing room between the SAMI max and where our current pressure is. So let's go ahead and let's put a compressed load in the case. I'll tell the program 106% fill. This indicates a compressed load. Okay, with that situation, our pressure is 53,613 and our velocity is 2764 feet per second, and we burn 94.31% of the powder in our 22-inch barrel. Not too bad, really. As you can see over here, we have the red pressure curve, and it is plotted against projectile travel in the barrel. We have our blue velocity curve within the barrel. Notice that one of the outputs of Quickload is barrel time expressed in milliseconds. The barrel time of this particular situation with 59.28 grains of Reloader 19 gives us a barrel time of 1.15 milliseconds. Based on that information, let's assume that this was a very accurate load. The group just tightened right up for us. One of the main reasons that that group tightened up is barrel time. What I mean by the group tightening with barrel time is we have managed to synchronize the exit of the bullet with the null of the oscillation of the barrel. Armed with this information, let's take a look and see if there are some other propellants out there that can give us this barrel time and do so in a safe manner. We have a method of comparing here using our propellant table setup. Using our propellant table setup, we can set a minimum BA or burn rate value and a maximum BA burn rate value. And what we're doing when we set these is we're telling the program to look at burn rates, propel us with a burn rate between the minimum we select and the maximum we select. A good idea is to bracket the burn rate of the propellant we're currently using. And we're using Reloader 19. It has a burn rate factor of 0.4500. So if we bracket, let's make the minimum 0.30. And the maximum we will make 0.80. Now you can see a list of comparison factors here. The one we're interested in for our accurate load, as we said, is barrel time. Another allowance in the program is minimum loading ratio. You can tell the program not only you want to look at powders with a burn rate between 0.3 and 0.8 in this case, but we can also tell the program, fill the case up at least 90% to give us this barrel time. So we click on our apply and exit button, and you'll notice in the lower left hand corner our graph has changed. It has now become a list of propellants that will give us that barrel time of 1.115 milliseconds, or be within 1/1,000,000th of a second of that figure. And I see on the list there are just a couple of them that are 1 microsecond off the desired barrel time. You can look over here and see the term near maximum. What that is telling us is the load, the particular load, is within 15% of the SAMI suggested max pressure. If it says dangerous load, do not use, it's telling us you are at or above that suggested max pressure. Another thing to consider when looking at this list is the loading ratio, or the case fill. If you see a case fill of 118%, you can just go ahead and discard that. It's pretty difficult to fill a case 118%. As you can see, there are quite a few propellants that will give us the barrel time we're looking for. The velocity may not, and in most cases will not be the same. It is burn rate dependent on just how that bullet accelerates to meet that barrel time. This is just a brief introduction, kind of give you the flavor of the program. It will be a series. The next time we will go into our results in a little more detail and a little deeper. But for the time being, I hope this at least answers some questions for those of you who may have recently purchased the program, or if you're interested in purchasing it, it has answered some questions for you. If you are interested in purchasing, please contact me. Our website is nikonos.com. Thank you.